Okay guys, today what we're going to do is we're going to be mounting a set of passenger handrails on my 03 Wide Glide here. All I did is I looked it up online and I got a set that just said they were for a Harley touring. I believe these are around the same year as my bike. Got them off of eBay. They were, I don't know, I think I paid about 30 bucks for them. And they're not really specific to this bike. If you try looking them up like I did, it will give you shit as far as results. What it is, if you get these, if you have a touring bike, you'll have studs coming through the fender already that you'll mount these things to. And as you can see, I don't have that. You can mount these in a couple of places depending on your seat. You can take these rubber plugs out and you can drill through the hole into your fender. And then you can install some of the standard nuts, the retainer nuts for your seat. You can put one on each side. Slide your bracket underneath of it, run your bolts through. You can put one in the center if you want. You don't have to. I can't do that with mine because it would be so far forward it rubs the edges of my seat. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to remove this nut, put two holes in the fender, and put the nuts behind it and install it that way. So y'all bear with me and see how it goes. Okay, so all I did so far is I took the bolt out of here, I took the nut off of here. There's a nut underneath of this screw you can't really get your wrench to without taking all this junk apart. You don't need to. Once you take these out, you'll be able to move it enough around. And it already has one of these retainer nuts installed in the fender. That's so that you can remove this and you can install a solo seat or whatnot and mount it there instead of back here. So let's keep going. Okay, so what I've done now is I have just put the bracket in, reinstall that nut, just hold it in place. I've lined it up, and you just mark your little holes where you want to drill your holes at. Let's see. Now if you'll notice, there's a film right here. This film is to actually protect the paint. If you were to install this back here, the film would be there. It would keep this from rubbing your paint. Well, I've installed it up above, so we're going to have to put something on here to keep from scratching my shit up. But we'll do that in a minute. So far what we got, we went ahead and drilled our holes. You'll notice I removed my saddlebags. You're going to need that for the next step. Now, these aren't the prettiest holes in the world. I couldn't find the right size drill bit. But anyway, what you want to do is you drill your holes. And you'll notice on the nut, it's got an ear on one side. And so all I did was just take a file and just make a notch on each side of the hole for that to sit in. That's just to keep it from spinning when you tighten it down. What I got now, just got a piece of fishing line, got a weight on the bottom of it. We're going to fish it down through this hole, and we're going to attach our nut to the end of it and pull it back up through. So what I actually did was I fished the line through with the weight on it first, brought it down, uncrimped the weight, took it off the line, put the line through your nut, crimped the weight back on the bottom of it. Let's see if I can do this. And you just pull your string up, pull it through, and try to get it lined up. Once you get it lined up, you just slip your clip through it. Do the same thing on the other side. So there we go. Got them both installed. You're going to fish them up through, you'll pull them through. I had to use a long screwdriver underneath to hold them in place while I dropped the string through. And you just screw your bolt in, pull them up, and then you slide these little clips in. One thing I need to say is you need to be careful about this side. On this side, your wire harness is running through. I was lucky, and I went down the outside of it, so I didn't damage anything. So be careful on this side. Try to put your hole as far through if you'll notice on these, they have oval holes. So try to put the center of your hole as far over as you can on this side to miss that wire harness, which is running right there. Other than that, that was about the only problem I had. I'm surprised. There's another step I forgot to tell you guys about. You want to save your paint job. So what we're going to do is on the bottom side of this, I have this single-sided adhesive tape. It looks like duct tape, but it's not. It's actually rubber tape. And we're going to put a strip of that on the bottom of this so that when you install it, it doesn't scratch up all your paint, which I've already pretty much done. But I'm planning on getting this whole thing painted next year, so we'll live with it. I've got my tape installed on the bottom. I replaced the bars back on. I wanted to tell you these bolts, they did not come with the seat anchors. You actually have to buy those separate. I just went down to Ace Hardware and got them. Pretty damn expensive, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, I forgot to tell you, on these bolts, put a little bit of, well, it's up to you, but I put a little bit of green thread lock. You don't want to use the red heavy duty stuff. I just put the green thread lock on there because I didn't want to tighten the hell out of these bolts and ream the nuts off on the back side. This bolt right here pretty much hold this thing in place. These are just stabilizers, just to keep it from rocking back and forth. So I didn't think they really needed to be too tight, but I wanted to make sure that the bolts didn't come back out. So anyway, a little bit of green thread lock. There you go. So far it's looking pretty good. I'm going to put the seat back on, the saddlebags, and see how it works. Well, there it is. I'm actually kind of pleased with how it looks. One thing I found out is for you guys, I guess it's a crucial piece of information. If you have the aftermarket saddlebags that open from the outside up, and they're the hard bags, this will not work. There you go. I'm lucky I've got the soft bags. So this works perfect for me. So just keep that in mind. Hard bags, can't put this on. I guess I should have mentioned that at the beginning, but I didn't know. But anyway, I like the way that looks. Turned out pretty good. We will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. And again, I am sorry for the quality of this. I'm still new to it. Bye.